Okay, welcome to day 9 of the official Speyside calendar of Christmas. Now we're into Glen Moray, and we had this just a few days ago, only it was 9. Now we have the 10, and from a different company, from 80 Rattray. Now 80 Rattray, I have probably a dozen bottlings from 80 Rattray in the vault. And I always love what they pick, and I always love the casks that they choose. So I'm willing to give this one a shot. I am not a fan of the Glen Moray releases. I talked about this before. They're just too pretty for me. I can't seem to find complexity in it no matter how far I look. But I will tell you that these are cask versions, whereas normally the Glen Morays are blended and proofed down a little bit. This is at 55.7, so that's a reasonably high proof right there. And yet, every time I pick up Glen Moray, these kinds of Speysides, I get just immediately a flowered citrus. And I'm getting it here too. Imagine if you took the Balmanic and you removed from it all of the rich low earth notes, right? So you had the same citrus, the same flower, the same honey direction, but none of the rich low earth or moss or deep notes. That's more what you're getting in this nose. It's much more intense. It's like someone who put on too much perfume or cologne. It's heavy. And not low, it's heavy, like density. It's a dense, high sweetness. Oh, that's good. Okay. So the 55.7, that high proof just gave it claws. That's the best way to describe it. It's like, have you ever been petting a cat? And then it gets to where it's feeling really good, and it stretches its legs out, and it goes shing, and it starts kneading you, but it hasn't been declawed, and so it's like you're sitting there, and it's kneading your leg, going straight through your jeans, and you're like, oh, but it's happy. Ow, I should stop it, but it's happy. It's like this sweet, adorable little fluffy kitten of a whiskey. You took a sip, and then it goes shing, and it starts just going for your tongue. The taste, other than the claws, it's exactly the same as the smell. No different at all. It's just this honeysuckle, slight light fruit. Adding a little water. It calmed the claws, but it also made it boring. Damn it. There was no middle ground on that one. So why so many Speysides, man? This is 9, and I think it's been almost entirely Speysides other than that one Isla release. And all I can think is, and I know Jonathan and Cindy and they're super cool people, but it's a hell of a lot easier to get Speyside whiskeys because of the levels of production, how much whiskey they're making. Just in general, it's easier to get extra barrels than, say on Isla or on smaller distilleries in the north, or, where they're just smaller batches of everything. And so it becomes harder. But I will tell you, it makes for, if you are a Speyside lover, you just found the best calendar ever invented in the history of the planet. It's just so far. Remember, we're crawling into halfway right now. We're 1/3 in, and it's just been a Speyside drinker's delight. You know what's funny? I say that word. I've never had Turkish delight, so this is not a taste comparison. But Speyside whiskey to me tastes like I imagine a dessert would taste if it was called Turkish delight, which is a weird thing to say, but it is. Is there anything else in this Glen Moray? No, basically. Let's roll a little bit of what's left. I'm going to try to recover. Try to get some vapors out of this. And then I'm going to recover back to the cask strength for the toast. Okay. Yeah, it just got more of the same. So, magnified. So that upped the perfume. It upped the honeysuckle. It upped the plum. But it didn't give you any of the spikiness. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go back to just a last sip and call it on this one. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Another space side, maybe? Until tomorrow, may your crazy stay this side of legal, and may you return before we have time to miss you. Cheers.